Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose, or you can find a way to be like Oleksandr Usyk and do the unimaginable. Look, he's not supposed to be here, people. Oleksandr Usyk is not supposed to be in this position. At the end of the day, some say he's just a puffed up cruiserweight who, by today's massive extra plate of carb standards, is just a tiny fella. And that's what Tyson Fury likes to say about him. Yet there he is suddenly as the best heavyweight boxer in the preeminent division of the sport, and especially held in an extremely high regard thanks to Tyson Fury and his buffoonery. But how can this be, man? Well, I think we need to understand the weight class to really understand how Usyk, this puffed up cruiserweight, ended up being pretty much, arguably, the best fighter in the heavyweight division right now. But at the same time, we got to be real. The heavyweight division, it's not very good necessarily. Now, it's better than it's been for some time, especially when you think about that damn dreadful double Klitschko era. That was pretty horrible. Nobody really cared about the heavyweight division when old Vladimir was running around. Now, if his brother Vitaly would have stayed active, maybe so, because Vitaly was vicious. He was the better fighter of the two. But he chose to go do something different out there in Ukraine and get involved in politics. But when you look at Tyson Fury, heavyweight division, he's a big man. He knows how to win. But anyone who really thinks he'd be able to run with the big dogs during the Tyson, Holyfield, Lewis, Bowe era should be forced to take a field trip to each member of that foursome's home and apologize, and also be reminded that when it comes to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports and our little community that's growing, we don't take it to the stupid, and they need to hold their horses. Because that Tyson, Holyfield, Lewis, Bowe era was a set of different animals. Then there's Deontay Wilder, God-gifted right hand, but some see him just merely as a one-trick pony. Take away the right hand, he's a sitting duck. Now look, when we talk about that big right hand, man, it's him being a one-trick pony, man. That's a mean, filthy trick. But the fact that he's gotten this far in boxing without really having anything else in his hat, look, that speaks a lot of Deontay Wilder's power, but also in the condition of the division. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, you got the other guy who's fighting this weekend, which I'm glad he's returning, and I think he's been treated unfairly. You got Anthony Joshua. Now, Anthony Joshua, like I said in the video I just did, this guy has all the talent, all the power, all the athleticism in the world. But what was clearly lacking, that certain something that will make him more than the relative disappointment that he became to a lot of people. And we're hoping that him being down there with Derrick James was able to help find what it is that was missing and instill that in Anthony Joshua, right? But whatever was missing, you could see some of what holds AJ back. You could really see that in the second fight with Usyk. Now, Joshua did commit more to the body. He was still way too conservative against, and I got to give Usyk credit. He's a superior boxer. Now, Joshua could get away with playing it safe against Andy Ruiz because not only is Andy Ruiz far less talented than Usyk, I think he ate a whole buffet over at the damn local cafeteria or the Chinese spot and put some duck sauce on that fried rice before he entered the ring. Now, in a more polite way to put it, Andy Ruiz just wasn't in shape. And that's a fact. He said it, his trainer said it, and that's why he lost. He just didn't stand a chance in that second fight. But at the end of the day, when AJ got his butt in the ring against Usyk, who was fit, and I think Usyk played Anthony Joshua by making himself look vulnerable against Chisora, making Eddie Hearn and AJ think he was going to an easy fight against Usyk. And then he showed the real cloth he was cut from. And he was able to neutralize the greater gifts, natural gifts, size, speed, and strength that Joshua possessed. And let me tell you something. Joshua was not able to enforce his will because Usyk is that special of a fighter. So what we learned in that fight was Joshua's greatest weakness is just his lack of will. Now that being said, I'm not here to break champions down. I build them, and I don't want to diminish Usyk's accomplishments. But he just looked so damn small to me in the ring against Joshua. But he controlled the damn ring, and throughout the whole fight. And but you can still see that they were trying to rob him with some of them damn scorecards. I think even in both fights, I think one of the scorecards was like, don't quote me on this, but I think it was like 116, 112 for AJ, which is ludicrous. But again, like we said in the beginning, man, damn Usyk's not supposed to be here. We're trying to figure out how great Usyk is. He's very great. You can look at his body, man, and you can just tell that he's having to gain weight to avoid getting pushed around the ring. Now, Usyk getting there with someone like Tyson Fury, he can get pushed around, but I don't think Fury can catch up to him. But if he does, he gets pushed around. And then with AJ, he can get pushed around, but he showed that AJ's not going to get close enough to try to bully him and manhandle him. But Wilder would be the exception of all that because although Wilder is a giant, he's not heavy. So Usyk will be able to handle himself against Wilder weight-wise. But in addition, Usyk he doesn't rely on KO power in the division to make his life easy. He has to work because he doesn't necessarily have that he has the kind of punch that can sting you, can probably buzz you, but he doesn't have the kind of KO power like a Wilder and AJ, and I'd even say Tyson Fury. So he's not going to score a one-punch stoppage anytime soon, but he can sting you, and you'll feel it because when you're 6'4" and you weigh in 220-something pounds and you hit somebody, and you're trained on how to deliver a punch, they're going to feel it. I don't care who it is, they're going to feel it. But to win in the heavyweight division, man, look, Usyk just, he looks like he has to wear down his opponents. And he's been able to do it so far. And I wonder how much further he can go, especially with Tyson Fury playing the games and not wanting to make a damn undisputed clash with him and trying to delay it till December, which is forcing Usyk to defend the WBA title against Dubois. If Joyce wins, they may try to force Joyce on him because he's a mandatory as well. And it just could put Usyk in a bad space to where I think he beats Dubois. I think Usyk against Joyce is an extremely tough fight. But if Usyk can navigate around those two fights and go straight into a fight with Wilder, look, Wilder isn't that much bigger. He's not much of a boxer. And I'm sure Usyk will frustrate the hell out of Wilder. Probably test that suspect chin sometimes around maybe the round 8. But I'm going to tell you right now, that damn bronze bomber, every single round, we're going to be on the edge of our seats because we know it just takes one shot from Deontay Wilder and lights out for Usyk. And it can happen. However, Tyson Fury now is a much bigger challenge in every way. Look, he's awkward. He can box. He hits pretty hard. He's got a great chin. He knows how to use his weight. So Tyson Fury is all around a more complete fighter than Deontay Wilder. The difference of the two is power, but Tyson Fury has it. You look at him being able to exhaust Wilder in those fights, all three of them for the most part. He may be able to do that with Usyk, but I just think Usyk has enough legs to keep away from Tyson Fury and not allow Fury to just wrap him up. Wilder has always had a stamina issue. And when you end up with a guy like Tyson Fury and he's just weighing down on you, putting his elbow into you, forcing your head down, all the dirty tactics that Tyson Fury used to win that fight. Hey, if the referee's going to let you do it, do it. I always say if the referee will let you bite somebody or kick him, you should do it. The referee, don't make his job easy. Make him earn his paycheck. But for those people saying they doubt Usyk can outbox Tyson Fury, I say hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid now. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get in there and just totally embarrass Tyson Fury when it comes to boxing. But I think Usyk wins the boxing match. I do. Getting in and out, the angles he uses, I just think he does, man. You know, I just think he uses it. His timing is impeccable, and he's been able to have success against Anthony Joshua and other fighters, and Tyson Fury isn't just going to be so reckless to try to let his shots go against Usyk, knowing Usyk can slip those punches and get inside and counter him and hit him with a shot he can't see. And that's where you can really get the whole damn boxing world to get up out of their seats and go crazy if Usyk drops Fury. Because it's not necessarily the hard shot that drops you. It's the one you don't see. And I think Usyk could land a shot that Tyson Fury doesn't see coming, and he could catch him off balance or something and put him down. But the thing that Usyk most needs to get Fury, in my opinion, look, he may just need a bigger boat, man, because he needs to put on some size, in my opinion. I just think going up against Fury, I just think the fight, you got to favor Fury, but a lot of people believe that Usyk will beat him. But I'll just say again, Usyk's size against Fury's size, I'd say Usyk, I describe it as him looking comparatively malnourished for a heavyweight. Because size matters, man. And Usyk, he's gonna lack some size. And we'll see what happens with him and Fury. If Fury chooses to stay retired, if he's gonna, come back and fight. Because if you ask me, Fury's retired right now. His wife having a baby. That man, I don't see him coming back to do any fighting. I think they need to make him champion in recess. Let a couple guys fight for the belt, and then go and have the undisputed distinction. Then when he comes back, let him get an opportunity at the undisputed. But at the end of the day, Tyson Fury's not scared of anyone. Usyk's not scared. None of these guys are scared. It's just all about money for Tyson Fury. But you look at how he treated him, and I'd have to say the way his character surfaced, and he was like, you know what, enough of the games. You want a 70-30 split? You can have it. You know what I'm saying? We got a fight over here at Wembley because you blew the bag over there in Saudi Arabia, being greedy belly, asking for $200 million. Okay, no problem. The whole rematch clause thing, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I think Usyk is like, okay, enough is enough. I want to fight you. Let's stop with the BS. You want 70-30? You can have 70-30. I just want to be great. I want to fight for the championship, for the undisputed championship. You're playing games. And the way Tyson Fury was cussing and insulting him and being ignorant and nasty, a lot of people didn't like that. The whole thing about Tyson Fury and my mental health and this and that's not carrying any weight with anybody anymore. So just how great is Oleksandr Usyk? I think right now everybody sees him as great. I think they hold him in a high regard, and they have even more respect for him than they ever did. Because you know what? There are some things that are far worse in life than not being able to get an opportunity to fight for an undisputed distinction. But the things that he went through and was subject to, and the position he's in now, losing multiples of millions of dollars because of Tyson Fury, let me tell you, that's what you call slackness. Extreme slackness on Tyson Fury's part. To sit there, man, and do that to Oleksandr Usyk just because you can. It's crazy. And that whole thing surrounding that Tyson Fury and Usyk and Tyson Fury's behavior, it's all mysterious. But I tell you what, it doesn't question or surround the level of Usyk's greatness. Because whether he wins or loses, there's nothing slack about Usyk. He's the man. He has character. And I do believe they're going to fight the end of this year in Saudi Arabia. And if they do, I got to tell you, I give Usyk a good chance to win. Because it's not the biggest, strongest, fastest, most powerful fighter who wins the fight. It's the fighter who boxes the best on that night. And we could see Usyk be the better boxer on that night and win undisputed. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Just how great is Oleksandr Usyk? He's damn great. I'm in the breeze.